Hello yoga family, hello yoga community. Welcome to my channel, the best place to practice yoga for your body, mind, and soul. This is a crown chakra soulful morning flow that seeks to connect you and I with the idea that our soul values purpose and progress, that our soul wants to evolve, change, and grow. And I don't know about you, but I personally struggle with the idea that change is the only constant. I know that my greatest growth lies in my ability to keep evolving, and yet it feels really scary. So our class today will focus on that affirmation. My soul values purpose and progress. Now, the crown chakra, 𝗪𝗪 is located at the top of the head. It is the final energy center in the chakra system that I've learned from 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗂𝗪. The element is thought. The activity is knowing or understanding. So really a marriage between intellect and wisdom. And this is your universal or spiritual identity that really is taking you beyond the lower level of the mind. It's this higher consciousness that we're trying to experience and expand and extend into. So today on the mat, to help us cultivate all of these energetic elements, we're going to work towards Şirşasana, headstand. Okay, so headstand posture. Now, real quick, headstand is contraindicated. That means it is advised that you don't do it if you have any type of neck injury or misalignment, a shoulder injury, migraines, high blood pressure, heart condition, if you're menstruating, pregnant, or have glaucoma. And I'll offer you a different option when we arrive at headstand, but you can definitely flow with us all the way until we reach that posture together. Okay, so I am going to recommend that you have 2 blocks. If you have those in your prop toolkit, please gather them. And we're going to start lying down on our back in waterfall pose. And if you've got that block, bring it along with you, please. I just taught this class at my local yoga studio, a bit longer length, but I'm excited to be experiencing it on the mat fully with you today. So if you've got that block, I want you to place it either on the lowest setting, underneath your sacrum, or on the medium setting. And if you don't have a block, it's okay. You can stay just as I am, knees bent, feet planted. And then let's all extend our legs up towards the sky here. Keeping the knees over the hips, a soft bend in the knees, arms at a 45-degree angle, palms open towards the sky. And if you've got the block on the second setting and you're like, oh, it's too high, which is how I'm feeling, always adjust, right? And then let's settle in here for a whole minute together and start to repeat and affirm, my soul values purpose and progress. My soul values purpose and progress. Notice if your abdomen is tensing, you'll want to realign your knees and ankles over your hips, especially the knees if they're bent. Taking refreshing inhalations and exhalations to begin your practice, to shift your awareness onto the mat. Thanking yourself for being here, for gifting yourself this time, this moment to connect with the idea that your soul values purpose and progress, that change is the only constant. Last breath here. Bending the knees, returning soles of the feet to the earth plane, removing that block. Extend the legs straight, please. And then bring the arms overhead, interlace them, and really reach, from the fingers, the hands, through the arms, through the sides of the waist, through the pelvis, all the way down through the legs to the toes. Extending and expanding here. If you have the shoulders reaching up towards the ears, soften them away from the ears now. Lengthen through the back of the neck, please. Continue to hold this extension. Last breath. And bring the hands back down towards your sides. Bend the knees, plant the feet. Feel all four corners of the feet as they come into a hip width distance. On an inhale, lift your hips and your arms overhead for dynamic bridge pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Beautiful. Making your way up to tabletop pose. You can bring knees into the chest, rock forward and back, or rock onto one side. Once in tabletop pose, move through 3 rounds of cat-cow like you normally would. And now flip the fingers to face towards the knees. Take the arms a little bit wider than you would normally position yourself. And again, 3 rounds of cat-cow. Flip the fingers back. And this time, inhale for cow. Exhale, push the earth plane away and hold and breathe here. Tap into the sensation that's happening in the upper back between the shoulder blades. Protraction. This is what we want to create when we're in Shirshasana headstand posture. Inhale forward. Exhale, push earth plane away. Lift, spread through the shoulder blades. Breathe here. Last time, inhale, cow. Exhale, push earth plane away. Hold for another breath. Back to neutral tabletop. Inhale, right fingertips high. Exhale, thread through, hover. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread, hover. Last time, inhale, reach up. Thread through, hover, hold, and soften right shoulder, right ear. Send the hip back and then extend through the left hand, reach it towards the top of the mat. Maybe you take a half bind here. Settle in. Left hand returns in front of the face. Firmly push down to unravel. Reach right fingertips high. Place that hand down. Left fingertips reach now. Exhale, thread through, hover. Again. Last time. And soften left shoulder, left ear. Send the right hip back. Extend through the right hand towards the top of the mat. Settle in here. Slide right hand back, firmly push down to lift up and unwind. Left fingertips high, place them onto the earth plane and arrive into downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, reach the hips back and high. Wiggle the waist, bicycle the legs. Make any of those organic movements as you settle in here. Coming back to our affirmation, our intention, my soul values purpose and progress. Let's all take our feet as wide as the mat and breathe into the backs of the legs. Coming into headstand posture with intention and integrity does require openness in the hamstrings to avoid kicking up and adding undue pressure onto the neck. And so really breathe into the hamstrings here, please. Kneecaps lifting. Beautiful. Walk the feet back towards hip width distance. On an inhale, come forward to plank. One long line of energy. Exhale, reach hips back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale. Last time, this time we'll hold 3 breaths. Send that tailbone down towards the heels. Rib cage is closing towards the top of the pelvis. Everything is pulling in towards the core. This is the exact experience we need to have when we're upside down. We are in control. Start to pike the hips, tiptoe the feet towards the top of the mat. And let's ragdoll hang here. You can cup both elbows. Generously bend the knees and notice that you're upside down here. Orient yourself. Understand that you can be in control even when your world is turned upside down. You can reach towards progress even when change is scary and risky and there's unknown involved. Last breath here. Release the hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hands come to shins. Lengthen from tailbone to crown. Exhale, fold back down. Roll the body up. Bend the knees. Stack the vertebra. You can imagine that you're stacking the chakras. Head and neck come last. Arrive in Tadasana. Bring into your awareness an area of your life where you know and you want change to happen and you are resisting it. And dedicate this practice to that change that you're desiring, that evolution that you're wanting to experience. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands down through prayer. 2 more times. Last one. Inhale, sweep arms high. Exhale, fold through the midline. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back plank. Hold 3 breaths. Tailbone towards heels. We'll lower for 4, invitation to soften the knees. Inhale. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the forearms forward. Sphinx pose. Moving into forearm plank, begin to firm the torso, lift the navel, the hip points, the thighs, come onto the knees, tuck toes, arrive in forearm plank. So in headstand, we actually want only 30% of the pressure on the head and the other 70 or so percent on the upper body, the arms, the shoulders, right? So we're gonna really work to strengthen this area here. Inhale. Exhale, soften knees, thighs, pelvis, navel, arrive into Sphinx, push the earth plane away. Firm the abdomen, navel, hip points, thighs, tuck toes, knees lift, forearm plank. Soften knees, untuck toes, thighs, hip points, navel, Sphinx pose. This time, interlace the hands. This is the action that the hands, the posture that the hands will be in when we come into Şirshasana. Interlace the hands, really push down through the knife edge of the forearms. Firm the abdomen, lift navel, hip points, thighs, tuck toes, lift the knees. We'll breathe here for 1 more breath and then tippy toe the feet up towards the face for dolphin pose. Inhale. Stay, exhale. Start to pike the hips. Walk the toes towards the face. Notice if the chest starts to sink towards the earth plane. Push into the forearms to lift the head away from the mat. Lift the shoulders up. See if you can walk a little bit closer. Maintain that lifting action and then walk the toes back out, forearm plank. Again, walk the feet in. And walk them back out. Last time, walk them in. And hold dolphin pose. Push the earth plane away. This is a difficult posture. Last breath. Walk the feet out. Soften knees, child's pose. When you come into child's pose, take the elbows really wide and allow the head to hang, so that the neck lengthens and decompresses. The forehead is not touching the earth plane here. My soul values purpose and progress. Beautiful, coming into downward dog. Walking, maybe stepping or hopping towards the top of the mat. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Rising into that progress, into that purpose. Hands down through heart center. Bring the hands to the hips. Step the left foot back. Come to the side of your mat. Interlace the hands behind the back. Reach that fist package down as you lift the sternum high, and then exhale, hinge at the hips to fold forward. If the legs are straight, keep lifting through the kneecaps. Weight in the balls of the feet here. Again, you're upside down in this posture. Last breath. Release the hands, lift up halfway. Bring the left hand beneath the face here. Reach the right arm high. Right hand down beneath the face, left arm high. Left hand down, both hands to the hips, really firm the legs. Rise all the way up, step towards the top of the mat, please. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Last downward dog, let's hold for 3 breaths. My soul values purpose and progress. It's okay to be scared of the unknown. It's okay to resist change. And I know and I understand that it's what's best for my soul. Soften the knees. You can bring the block underneath your seat. Few postures before we come to 𝗪𝗪𝗃. Interlace the fingertips, reach them high towards the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, tap the top of the head. Inhale, reach high. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands, take them wide. Right arm underneath left for eagle pose. Arms, half bind or full bind. Inhale, open arms wide. Exhale, right arm underneath left. Half bind or full bind. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, bring the hands to rest atop the thighs here. Pause for a moment. Cultivating a sense of stillness before you choose to go upside down. Okay, now sitting here, I want you to decide, will I continue to practice dolphin pose and cultivate upper body strength? Will I practice 𝗪𝗪𝗃? And if you are choosing that, it's my hope that headstand pose is already part of your practice and you're very familiar with it. This is not a headstand workshop. I'm not breaking it down enough to start from the very beginning with you here. Or you can come back to our original posture, waterfall, lying on your back, legs up towards the sky. All of them are inversions, okay? So choose which one feels right for you. I'm currently on my period, so I'm gonna head into waterfall pose. And we'll take the next 2 minutes for either dolphin pose, headstand, or waterfall pose, okay? If you're choosing dolphin pose, you can practice lifting one leg up at a time and seeing what that feels like, and then continuing to walk the toes closer in towards the face as you reach the hips high and continue to push the earth plane away. Okay, so 2 minutes are on the clock. Come into whatever posture feels right for your season of life. And whatever you're choosing, keep our affirmation at the forefront of your awareness. My soul values purpose and progress. Keep repeating that. Keep bathing your entire being in that affirmation. For those of you practicing dolphin or headstand, in between when you want to take a rest, you'll take that child's pose variation with the wide bent elbows and the head hanging, not touching the earth plane, especially if you're in headstand. Last few seconds. If you're upside down, please rest in child's pose now. If you're in waterfall, bring the feet back to the mat and make your way up to a seated posture. We'll all meet in an upright posture, hands in prayer in front of the heart. On an inhale, we'll reach our fingertips high. On an exhale, we'll open our arms wide to symbolize the 1,000-fold lotus flower that is correlated to the 𝗪𝗪 chakra. The hands will come back into prayer and sweep back up again for the next round of inhalation and exhalation. The exhalation is audible, okay? Hands in prayer. Inhale, reach the arms high. Open them wide. Continue like this. Halfway there. Release the technique. Hands rest atop the thighs. Sit quietly. Regain your center. My soul values purpose and progress. My soul values purpose and progress. What's one thing you can choose today to honor this? One thing. Commit to it. Write it in the comments after the practice. What's one thing that will help evolve your soul and help you tap into purpose and progress? Bringing the hands into prayer. Borders of the thumb connect with the sternum. We'll close with Om. Inhale. Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Thank you for joining me. Slowly opening your eyes. If you're interested in working with the chakra system further, I have a 7-step yoga reset guide in the description below. It takes you on a journey through the system with asana, meditation, pranayama, mudra, affirmations, and off the mat journaling questions and basic chakra teachings. Again, you can get it in your inbox by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you for joining me. Please stay committed to whatever it is that you said to yourself in that final moment of practice would help you tap into purpose and progress. What was that? Share it in the comments. Let's commit to it together and have a soulful rest of our day as we step off our mats. Thank you for joining me. I'll meet you back here to keep practicing yoga holistically.